And we got it ready from Oscar, waiting on Rick to get ready himself, and we are gonna have our first game of the last match, the finals, starting now. Good luck, have fun in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oscar is setting up. Rick is setting up. Rick is going to give some preference to the left side, going for a triple well. Oscar rated is ready, but Oscar had to go for a couple burns. Rick going for known. Okay, he's going for his first couple ones. First Tetris from Oscar 23, Tetris for Rick 23 as well. These players are currently tied. Ooh, Vitz from Rick, and oh, he doesn't go for the tuck. Oh wow. Okay. What is happening? Okay, hello. Alright, there's a Tetris, and Rick just smiled to himself. Tetris for Rick. Rick at 49. Oscar at 69. Hey now. Tetris for Rick, 72 in the lead. Oscar heard Tetris ready. Rick is ready as well. Both players waiting for a lone bar. Oh, hold on, people. Oh my goodness, sorry about that, but this is going to need a redo. This is not the right seed, so it seems that Oscar entered the wrong seed. My apologies. Yeah, sorry about that. Just noticed as I was seeing that the sequences were looking a bit off. So let's move to the next seed. CE. Yeah, for some reason they looked very similar at the beginning, so I didn't give much thought to it. Okay, let's have our finals started. I know the B8 dyslexia is common among Tetris players, but let's make sure we have the right seed, please. Eight and 9 are very similar in fight, 8 and B. No, actually, the thing is that it was B. And Oscar entered at 8. Looks like players are setting up their seats. It's CE19DFs, Charlie Echo. Back numbers kick us, yeah. Let's go for game number 1 as soon as Rick is ready. Wait, both wrote it wrong again then? No. Yeah, no, it was Oscar, the one who wrote it wrong. Rick had it right. I had that. Rick had the right seat this time around. So, Rick was looking something at the computer. Looks like he will be ready anytime now, waiting for him. Computers have been reading those reliable. Yeah, bank numbers, those OCR text fonts are pretty good, but I suppose that these are not implemented in NES. The resolution might not be good enough, or I don't know, we'll see. Let's go for game number 1, starting in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh my goodness. It's been an hour and 47 minutes. We got 2 matches seen, so we're slightly over time. Normally we're expecting to have that running, yeah, to have games to last around 40 minutes, especially when they don't go too far into kill screen. Oscar, right now, that is ready. Rick as well. Hopefully he's waiting for the lone bar. Double there for Rick. Tetris for both. Oscar at 25. Rick at 27. This has a double kill screen. I don't think any LATAM player aside from Doge has reached double kill screen. Has reached level 39. I might be wrong. Oh! Oscar with a very rough board and tops out. And Rick in a similar situation but manages to be in the lead and takes game number 1. Oh wow, that was a rough one for both. And Rick just surviving this like it's nothing. Oh wow. This is the first early top out from Oscar for sure. Let's go for this win for Rick. And Rick is smiling his way through. This is the most I've seen him smile like in his Tetris career. The F from Oscar. The F is the seed for game number 2. We got it ready from Oscar. Hello, Lee. Okay, looks like yeah, Rick is still changing his seed. Let's wait for him. DF is the seed. We got it ready. Let's go for game number 2. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Alright, let's see how these players go. And looks like Rick and Oscar has similar approaches this time around, going for a flat build. Oscar and Rick trying to get Tetris ready as quickly as possible, and Rick was ready first, but Oscar is still building and trying to stabilize the board. Oscar is ready, Rick is ready. That's for Rick at 24, Oscar at 3400. That is for Oscar at 26, that is for Rick, 47. That is for Oscar, 49. Rick at 48. That is for Rick at 71. Oscar at 50. Oscar is setting up. Rick is doing the same. That is for Rick at 93. Oscar 52. Rick is setting up still. Oscar at 52. Que se vaya el diablo de esta justa deportiva. Yeah, it's Easter. He is risen, or something like that. But don't rise the boards too high, otherwise you top out, I guess. He's rising. This is reason. He's rising. Let's go for score updates right now with Rick in the lead at 142, Oscar at 104, so Rick with a cleaner stack and a more efficient game so far. Approaching a 3 Tetris lead at this point, 165 Tetris for both players, 188 for Rick, 130 for Oscar. Tetris for Oscar, 153. Tetris for Rick at 211, Oscar 153. Oscar right now at 175, Rick going pretty aggressive with a pretty flat board. Oh, there's a Tetris though. He has a Ryzen. I want to have a Ryzen 7 processor, but they are kind of expensive. I will do fine with a Ryzen 5. We'll see what the 9th generation 9000 series comes with. Oh, Rick, no, Rick in trouble. Rick is gonna have to burn pretty high here and misses the J on the left. He's down at 241, so Oscar, you are in chase down 242. We are at LATAM scores right now. Oh my goodness. 241 the score to get for. And that will do it. Oscar takes game number 2. GG. Twitch viewer 8888. It's on console. Both players are console players. I mean, you can play on emulator if you don't have the means to play with a console. But yeah, these are both console players. Oh, sorry about that. I misclicked here. Let's go for game number 3. This is going to be E0. All players are ready. Let's go for game number 3 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. That's it. I'm lighting a candle. Yeah. And we are not on the right seed from Oscar. Oscar jumped a seed for some reason. Yeah, we'll have to redo that. I don't know why Oscar skipped a seed, so we are having a redo, players. Yeah, it looks like Oscar skipped past the other seed. So we have to skip past F1 because that's the one that Oscar entered. So we have to jump to 0-2, players. Break with the football sign for keep it going. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we had too many redos already. 0-2 is the seed. Make sure you are putting the seed that I'm putting on the top of the chat, please. And if there are any mistakes, please let me know. But otherwise, it's the seed that we should be playing. Go for game number 3 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And we're on the right seed this time around. Rick and Oscar are underway for game. The winner of this one will be at match point. Tetris for Rick. Rick at 22. Oscar. Tetris ready. Tetris for Oscar. Oscar at 22. Rick at 22 as well. This is getting a bit spicy here. Tetris for Oscar. Oscar at 45. Rick at 28. Oh, nice adjustment for Oscar to get ready pretty quickly. Tetris for Oscar, Tetris for Rick. Rick went for a center well, 52. Oscar no burns yet at 68. Oscar is ready. Rick is setting up. Oh, Rick is pushing down quite a bit here. Rick is ready. Oscar is gonna get a Tetris to 91. Tetris for Rick. Rick at 75. Tetris for both players. 97 for Rick. Oscar is keeping the perfect game so far. 5 Tetris is seen at 114. Tetris ready. Rick is ready. Both players waiting. Oscar gained another Tetris to 136. Rick at 120. Getting a Tetris to 143. Taking the lead, but that's because he's ahead in lines. Oh, yeah, Oscar had to start burning as the board was getting a bit spicy here. Tetris ready. Tetris for Rick. Rick is now in the lead at 166. Oscar at 162 catching up, so Rick is now in the lead. Oscar to 162. Tetris for Oscar. Tetris for Rick. Rick at 169. 199 and Rick at 185. Tetris for Oscar. Oscar at 208. Rick at 212. Tetris for both, Rick at 235, Oscar 232. Very close game. Oscar just slightly behind. Rick is ready. Oscar is ready. Rick is gonna rebalance the board on the left side. He is working on it. Getting those pieces all the way over. He's gonna go for a delayed burn. Tetris ready. Blocks the well again. Gets the well open again. Oscar at 234. Tetris for both players. Oscar at 257. Rick at 262. Rick is clean up. Oscar doing the same. Oh, Rick is running into some trouble. Tetris for Oscar. Oscar at 281 taking the lead. Rick gets the well open at 264. Oh, Rick is running into some trouble here. Rick at 267. Oscar at 282 going for a dirty left well Tetris. Row 4. Tetris for Rick. Rick at 292. Oscar 307. Oscar is clean up. Tetris for Oscar 330. Pulling ahead. Oscar Rick is gonna get a Tetris to 316. Oscar with a bit of a messy board, only good to clean up, I guess. He might use a J to clean this up more quickly, and he's doing so. Oscar right now playing for row 2 by the looks of it. No, he will just go back to the bottom by the looks of it, but this is gonna give opportunity for Rick to take the lead, and he already did it. 339 for Oscar, for Rick, sorry, and 335 for Oscar. Rick is gonna get a Tetris to 363. Oscar going for a column 8 Tetris Tetris for Oscar, 358. Tetris for Rick, 385. Tetris and change available. Rick is setting up. Tetris for Rick, Rick at 408. Tetris for Oscar, Oscar at 412, Rick at 433. Oh, Rick with an early shift. This is going to get dangerous for Rick at 435. Oscar catching up, and actually they want to take the lead pretty soon. Oh no, this is looking dire for Rick. Rick gets a lot more over though, still working down the stack at 439. Transition is approaching though. Players must be very careful on hitter stacks in the coming lines. Oscar is gonna pull ahead and take the lead. 461. Rick at 449, trying to get the well open still. Well, trying to fix them all together, I believe. Tetris for Oscar 484, Rick at 450. Triple there for Rick, Rick at 457, Oscar at 530. Tetris for Rick, Rick at 480. Rick is digging a transition at 487. Oscar still has room for two more Tetrises. Rick is gonna go for a dirty. We try to catch up at 514 now. Oscar about to transition. Oscar at 576. Rick at 515. Tetris for Oscar. Oscar at 600. Tetris for Rick at 541. So Oscar with the transition. That's pretty strong for him. Sorry about that. Oscar is ready. 624 the score currently. Rick is gonna play for Tetrises for max efficiency, but this is getting dangerous. Tetris for both players. 572 for Rick and 653 for Oscar. Tetris for Rick and for Oscar. 599 for Rick, 678 for Oscar. Oscar is ready. Rick is setting up. Rick is in a bit of a danger here. Oh no. Okay. He has a bit of a checkerboard situation, has to be very careful. He's managing it pretty fine. And he is getting the well open, not quite yet. Got it open, but oh, the miss drops in on the top, and it's over for Rick at 607. Oscar at 721, already good for game number 3, so he's at match point. Oh my goodness. GG! Looks like Oscar will get up for a moment. Yeah, looks like he has to tend to certain familiar. Looks like not. Okay. So, Oscar already at match point. Let's go for game number 4. See, it's going to be 1-3. Unless Oscar needs to take care of any kind of matter. Or is he locking his room? Looks like he's locking the room. He wants to get to full concentration for this game. Because if he wins this, he's gonna be the LATAM champion. Rick is ready, Oscar is ready. Or Rick has another chance here to take us to a decide. Let's go for game number 4 in 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Okay, we got some late start. There we go. Game number 4 underway. The winner of this one will determine it's going to be a championship point game for Oscar, or otherwise Rick will take us to a decider. That is for Oscar. Oscar at 22. Rick at 22 as well. Oh, Rick playing aggressively here. This is not good. Oscar is playing pretty cleanly, low enough, and Tetris ready, already with a Tetris in. Rick also got his Tetris. Tetris for Oscar in the lead at 46. Rick with a high dig. This is not looking good. Oh my goodness. Getting an... Oh my goodness, this is getting really dangerous. Dirty Tetris from Rick on the left well. Rick removed the headphones. Looking at the headphones are bothering him around. Well, maybe the playlist is not of his liking. We got Rick. Rick wants to go for full concentration, looks like. 56 for Rick. 75 for Oscar. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm so congested right now. Triple there for Rick. Rick at 65. Oscar at 102. Why is Rick getting points for falling pieces? He's pushing down most likely. When you push down, you get additional points. Twitch viewer 8888. Oscar is ready. Rick at 93. Oscar at 127. Rick is doing some recovery here. I mean, the amount of points you get for pushing down are pretty minimal, so it's pretty much just for you to have your game go faster. So much inside for 60 points, yeah, that happens. Like Sidney with her push down point has been able to win matches by a single point, so it happens for real. Rick is trying to get his well opened. Oh, this is getting a bit unbalanced for Rick. Rick at 129, Oscar 223. Oscar just building such a strong lead here. Rick trying to catch up to him, getting the Tetris to 153. Tetris for Rick. Rick at 178, Oscar 246. Rick and Oscar underway here on the second half of the level already, at least for Rick. Rick at 179, Oscar 269. Hey now, Tetris for Rick at 201. That is for Oscar 292. Oscar is setting up. Tetris for Rick. Rick at 224, Oscar 292. Tetris for Oscar. Oscar at 315, Rick at 227. Rick is setting up, Oscar setting up. That is for Oscar. Oscar at 361, Rick at 332. Rick is ready. Oscar is ready as well. That is for Rick. Rick at 256. Oscar at 361. That is for both players. 279 for Rick at 383 for Oscar. Oscar 100 of points in the lead and 10 lines behind. So high efficiency play here from Oscar. Rick is just trying to catch up and score by all this push he's doing. That's for Rick. Rick at 325. Oscar 410. Rick is ready. That is for Rick. Rick at 348. Oscar at 410. Rick is ready. That's for Rick. Rick at 470. Oscar at 433. Rick is starting to reduce the gap, but he's also pretty ahead in line, so gotta keep that in mind. Tetris for Oscar 456. That's for Rick. 394. Transition coming for Rick in 17 lines. Oscar still has 28. So over 10 lines ahead for Rick right now. Oscar right now at 463. Rick is ready. Oscar is going for a couple burns. 469 to score. Rick is waiting for the low bar. Gets the low bar. Tetris for Rick. Rick at 440. Oscar at 470. Sorry about that. Rick is ready. Oscar at 493. Tetris for Rick. Rick at 464. Oscar at 493. So score-wise, they're getting pretty close, but Rick is already reaching level 19 in the next Tetris. Looks like Rick will have to burn the transition at 466. Oscar gets a Tetris to 517. Oscar has 12 lines left for transition. Rick at 491 in 19 already. Oscar is setting up. Rick is trying to get his well open. Tetris ready. 495 the score for Rick. Oscar at 540. Tetris for Rick. Rick at 520. Oscar at 563. Rick at 520 still. Tetris for Rick. 545. Oscar 564. Tetris for Rick. Rick at 570. 2. Oscar gets a touch to 588. So score-wise, they're very close, but Oscar maintains the lead score and pace-wise. Oh, an overshift from Rick at 575 on that S. Trying to clean that up. We'll see what the strategy here. He's gonna go for the flat burst, looks like. That T will help here. Oscar at 613. Rick at 578. Tetris for Oscar. Oscar at 539. Tetris for Rick 613. Rick already at 2 whole levels ahead. Tetris for Rick. Rick at 640. Oscar gets a Tetris to 691. So Oscar and Rick score-wise pretty close actually. Rick getting pretty close to catching up in score at least. 669 for Rick and 695 for Oscar. Oscar is ready. Rick is ready. We'll play waiting for a low bar. Tetris 4. Neither yet. Tetris for Rick. Rick takes the lead at 699. Oscar at 697. Tetris for Rick 729. Tetris for Oscar 725. Very close game still. Tetris for Oscar takes the lead 720 and 53. Sorry about that. Rick at 729. Oscar, Tetris for Rick. Rick at 759. Oscar at 756. Tetris for Oscar 785. Tetris for Rick 791. And score-wise they are neck and neck. But Rick has fewer lines to work with, so he has to be as efficient as he can. Oscar has only way as he is pretty much 14 lines behind. Tetris for both. 826 for Rick. 844 for Oscar. Oscar is gonna burn a little bit here. He's gonna get ready. Rick is already ready. Tetris for Rick. Rick at 959. Oscar at 847. And Oscar ran into some traffic, so that's gonna be a slowdown for him. Rick right now maintaining the lead at 925. Tetris for Oscar 81. Oscar already in level 25. Rick at level 27. Rick, however, running into some trouble with the double dependency. This is getting spicy. Tetris ready. Tetris for Oscar. Oscar at 916. Rick at 935. Oh, Rick burning. This is getting dangerous. And Rick in a very high stack here. Oscar took the lead at 952. Rick has very few lines left to work with, so has to be very careful. 953. All his last Tetris pretty much. Oscar already maxing out at 1,018, already level 27. Rick reaches the kill screen, gets a couple Tetrises, takes the lead at 1,029. Oscar at 1,051, back in the lead. Rick needs to reach the left side, getting the triple to 1,042. Oscar with a very messy board in level 28. This is getting dangerous. Oscar still in the lead, but Rick has a clear board right now. Oscar trying to go for a dirty Tetris. Oscar waiting for the Lombard, gets the Lombard, maintains the lead at 1,090. Rick at 1,057. Oh my goodness. Rick about still going. Oscar at 1,127 maintains the lead. But Oscar cannot do much more in level 39, but Rick in trouble. Rick needs a Lombard. He couldn't get the Lombard on time, and it's over at 1,066. Oscar with 1,128 played the high efficiency game throughout. Takes game number 4 and the match. Twitch viewer, that was a score difference at times for a single Tetris. So yeah, Tetris and Change was separating the players at most of this game. So this was indeed close. But congratulations, Oscar, for being the LATAM winner for Libertadores. Congratulations, you get an emote. Choose your emote, send it to Lucas. Lucas will put it, I guess. All this effort for that emote. Bragging rights, I guess. Alright. Pretty intense stuff. I think we can call it off. I mean, technically, Lucas is an admin, he can have as many modes he wants, I guess. I don't know. In any case, I have to say here. Okay. Will you play matches with sister? Okay, let me just raid someone. If anybody has any suggestions. Oh my goodness. That was intense. Mo is playing Tetris. Shall we raid Mo? Let's raid Mo. Thank you very much for watching. Let's raid Mo Come Galletas. The top Colombian active player, I suppose. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one. Oh my goodness, despite all this time, there's only... Okay, there's about 20 people watching still. Great. Thank you very much for watching. Love you all. Have a good one. Bye-bye.